Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen. Tone and no Marto. No Marto. Now,
Yes, no Mato. He's is he on vacation, Taz, or
no,
what's happening?
no, I think he's actually doing the double shift. So we've been going that well here at PALTI. The Marto's had to go back and do double shifts.
Oh,
Uh,
he's gone back to the coal face.
he-
Oh,
he's got to do it. So it doesn't matter. What can you do now? I just want to start firstly by paying a tribute to the unsung heroes of the racing industry. Not the jockeys, not the trainers, not the race callers, but the ones behind the scenes that do all the hard work, that don't get any of the rewards, that aren't the faces of the industry, but they're the backbone of it. And I talk about a young lady who lost her life a couple of days ago by the name of Peter Tate. Um, I don't know her, never knew her. Never seen her, but I guess since her passing with a stable accident, I've seen some footage on her on the internet, and she looks bubbly, she looks happy, she looked like a lady who loved what she was doing. So to her and to her family, our deepest condolences. What do you reckon, Tone?
absolutely, yeah. They don't like you said, Taz. They don't get the recognition. They're the ones up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning doing the hard work, and they're always there. And without them, the industry doesn't operate. But yeah, I read about that. It's really sad, really sad. Yeah, from Cranbourne, right, out there, and yeah, absolutely sorry for the family's loss and everybody concerned because it is sad. She was only very young too. She wasn't very that old. Like
Hmm.
it's so sad.
No, it is. But you know what? Sometimes you die doing what you love best, and I guess that's a good thing. It's just a pity. But the show must go on. And what I can say is the show needs to go on because, gee whiz, Tone, we really haven't been hitting the bullseye. And Marto, if he was here, would be telling us that it's the wet season, it's this season, it's that season. I remember a couple of years ago, Marto used to tell us how much he loved the rain and the wet. Do you remember those days?
Yeah, yes, I do remember him saying that. Like um, yeah. Well, we could both put some words together, which we wouldn't be able to use on the show
Mm.
to talk about the current conditions.
No, well, they are terrible. And I mean, I look at this week's racing, Tone. Flemington, soft track. Rosehill, heavy track. Sunshine Coast, heavy track. Gawler, soft track. Got to find. We're looking for ducks. We're not looking for racehorses this week. We're
Yeah, we're
looking.
looking who can swim the best. We're looking for the torpedoes, aren't we? That's what we're looking
Oh,
for.
unbelievable. So, have you dug deep? Have you looked for them? Have you gone underwater? Or have you been like Aquaman, or are you a
I
bit?
certainly have. I've dug really deep. Whether it's going to make any difference or not, I don't know. But yeah, dug pretty deep.
Well, let's start because I think we should start with a Kickstarter, and because Marto isn't here, I'm going to start with his. But Marto did send it through, so I'm going to read it out the way that he told us all about it, and the way that we're going to read it out for him. So Marto has gone to the Sunshine Coast to race two, number seven. Now, race two, number seven, Marto's Kickstarter. Tone, what price do you reckon it'd be?
Ooh, 250.
You're pretty much on the nose. Marto went a little bit harder and he actually got it at 230. So this is what it says. Race two, number seven, called Caspanova. I've just got to find it because he does like to write a lot, does the Marto man. Sorry, people here, it's just pretty hard because in our chat we've got about 433 messages and 432 are just Marto. Just got to go through them. Marto, don't worry about it, mate. We're not bagging you. We're just telling the truth. Oh, here it is. Was
Here it is.
second
Got it.
over was second over 1100 at Doomben when just beaten in the line to the line by a smart one. Will be better for that run and is much better suited over 1200. He loves the wet stuff and gets a good map from the low draw. Jockey upgrade shows intent after scratching on Wednesday for this race instead. So race two, number seven, scratched from a midweek, and Marto says he's going to win on the weekend. Market says he does too. Good luck, Marto, with your Kickstarter. Tony,
Marta, yeah.
where are you going? Because Marto
Well,
yours.
actually, Flemington Race 3, number 2, Marble 9. This apparently was Marto's. I've sort of stolen it off Marto. I wasn't aware of that. But I'll tell you before I go into mine,
Mhm.
uh, into the into Marble 9, was my original selection was about $1.80. Was race 2 at Flemington. I don't know how to say it, Bukalich or something. It's about $1.80, and I think it'll walk in. But soon as I saw the worst jockey in Australia is on it, the biggest criminal in Billy Egan, I thought, nah, I can't tip it. I will not destroy our disciples with a tip at $1.80 with Billy Egan on it. And by God, he's been getting some favourite speed lately. He was at it again yesterday, I think. I think
I
he,
don't
he,
mind
he got
Billy
one beat that was
Egan.
pretty short.
I reckon it's just timing sometimes. You just got to find the right ones and just because I I haven't had a problem with Billy Egan, and I know you have, but I reckon the ones you're backing are the ones I'm letting go, and the ones I'm backing you're not getting on. Do you know what I mean? So
That's that. Yeah,
you
that's
could
that's
you could
what it
have
is.
you could have 10 rides, and you're on the five, and I'm on the other five, and your five are getting burnt, and my five are they're all right. Do you know what I mean? That's why you hate.
Yeah, that's. But anyway, so I've stolen this off Marto. It's from one of your favourite stables, the Corstons.
Yeah.
Liam Rio. How do you say his name? Riordan.
Warden, yeah, Riordan or Riordan.
What?
Doesn't matter. Normally you just say it like this, ready, watch, you go, Lamb, Gordon. There you go, right.
Yeah, so it's Flemington Race 3, number 2, Marble 9. It's about $3.10 and $1.80. Um,
Nice.
it's been, yeah, I just think it'll win again. It's in top form
It has been
from a good
racing well.
stable, hasn't it? So
It has
yeah,
been racing
should
well.
win.
Well, I'm going to the City of Churches, but it's actually
Beautiful.
closer to the wine region in Gawler. I'm going to race three, number six, to the Western Front. Now, the Western
Oh, I
trained
love
by,
those names, those war names. I love
I'm surprised you didn't find it, but
them.
trained by the Hayes boys. It's a Victorian Raider. Look, it's had two runs in this time, and to be honest, it hasn't placed, but only been beaten 3 lengths and 4 lengths. It's got the top jockey in a Lucky Neindorf on board. We've won at the distance. This horse did run second to Gotta Go Guru in January over 2000 at $2.30 in South Australia. And for me, I look at that form and I say to myself, that's enough to win this race. It's never seen a soft track, never seen a heavy track, never seen spit on a track, but I'm prepared to go with the fact that the jockey has been booked, the premier jockey or a premier jockey in South Australia. Hayes over there, one at the distance. It's at that distance again, 17, 1800, and $5 is the price you're going to get. So for me, the Western Front it is,
Beautiful.
which will
So
get it
there are
30 to 1 tone. $2, $3, $5, 2 by 3 is 6, 6 by 5 is 30.
good money, good money.
Can't be
We are
unhappy
definitely
with that.
we're we're definitely overdue, aren't we? We're
Yeah,
overdue to
we
have
are.
some.
We are. Now, when we say you can't be unhappy with that tone, I know beneath your smile and beneath my smile, there is two angry men today. Without going into details, tell us why you're angry, and I won't go into details, and I'll say how I am because we're masking. we're putting on these brave smiles when really we want to tell the world to go and get don't
Exactly.
you? So what's happened in your world, Tone, that's irritated you?
Just the just the usual the heat. It's hot. People don't do their work properly. People aren't listening when you're asking them to do things. Um, and phones should be banned. Should be absolutely banned. Not alone, not just the workplace. They should be banned from the classroom. You know, like
Why do you hate
you
phones so
know,
much? What's happened there? Are kids getting on them and stuff and using them all the time, or
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, 19 and 20-year-olds, you're telling them like in their own bloody language, please don't use your phones. Phone time. I'll give you 10 minutes halfway through the lesson where we can have a break, you can get a drink, whatever, and use your phone. But they're always sneaking it, and you ask them a question, they haven't got a bloody clue because you can see they're looking down and scrolling.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
just does me head in. Like, but I should get used to it. That's the way they are these days.
That happens to us at work. We have to do some of these stand-up meetings. We do like periodic ones. We have them every day, um, and we do them over teams and stuff. So there's 15 people in my team, and I can see them. They're down like this, and it annoys me too. But I think that the hardest thing with the workplace and phones is that now they want you to use it when you
Yeah.
don't want to use it and you shouldn't be using it. And there's certain things that being in government, we have these two-step authentication codes now, and you've got to use your phone, and it's just crazy. But that's not why I'm angry. I'm angry
Well, you
because
better tell us why you're angry.
I'm angry because I had 3 weeks of leave, and I would have thought that I would have gone back to the workplace refreshed, and I would have thought that things would have progressed, and I wouldn't have had to play catch up. But you know what I've realised? I should have bloody taken 6 weeks of leave. Then I might have gotten even angrier when I got back. But to be grateful I do have a job. I should be grateful. And I think sometimes what people forget in this world, Tone, is that when you do more, when you give more, you sort of tend to be taken advantage of. And
True. That's
that's
true.
not just the work, that's generally speaking. You give a little bit, you give a little bit more, you're there, you're helping. Um, yeah, it's been bizarre. I mean, I've been triggered by a few little things too, because a friend of mine actually is going through a bit of a tough time with an attempted suicide within her family, and when you hear stories like
Okay.
that, it's hard. And then you hear other stories about what's triggered these things, and then I don't know, we're blokes, we've got you know, our own issues. Everyone's got a story to tell, but sometimes their story can trigger your story, if that makes sense. And then
Yes,
you're angry,
that's true.
because people only want to listen to themselves. They want to worry about what they don't have, not be grateful for what they do have. It's
Well,
like
what?
it's like us here, we're grateful for this show. We don't worry about the fact that we're sending people broke. We're grateful to have people that watch us and follow us.
They actually think that we know what we're talking about.
That's right. You fake it till you make it. Now, no, the glory days, we nearly got them up. We nearly got a couple up last week, but we didn't. We were
Yes,
close.
yes.
But there's no cigar when you're close. Marto has gone for one in race one at, I think it's Flemington. Now, my one, remember as I was talking last week and I said I nearly went a Kickstarter in race one? Sorry,
Yes.
when a Glory Days in race one. Well, that actually won that horse. Paid $15, by the way. It was the first in up in.
Oh,
It was a black booker. Um, anyway, what Marto's done this week is he's taken on that formula, and Marto has gone.
oh,
He's gone to Flemington race one, number two, and he calls it. What is it? Cloisters, and he says. His last start saw
That's
him
right.
way out of his depth in a strong field at the end of his prep. Spelled for 3 months and has trialled well in a recent jump out. He is a son of Frosted. Oh, Frosty the Snowman. So he does have a to live up to. I think he showed promise when early in his last prep and can transfer that here. Bakash can win, but I think he's just too short at the price. No, you don't, Marta. You'll back it. Chance will run. I got close last week, so this could be the one. That's what Marto says. Cloisters, it's about 25 to 1. I don't know much of it, but you know what we say here, Marto knows.
Yeah, well, you know why Marto's jumped? Another reason I reckon he's jumped in early before
Um,
the track gets worse. You know, that could be it, Taz, could be the track.
well, but
I
if
don't
the
know.
he can also go the other way. He can say, I didn't think the track was going to race that way.
Ah,
It's the
right.
first race as well, so you
Yeah.
can make another excuse. He's got it covered both ways. Marto's a clever man. He knows how to cover his stories and his form. Now, where are you going, Tone? What have you got in the good
For
old?
the glory days selection this week is Flemington Race 7, number 5, Ant. Ant with big horse Benny Mellum on board. It's about $13 to win for the place. Now it's won its last two at Kembla Grange, so it's in country form. Whether it can do something down in Melbourne remains to be seen. But that's what I like.
It,
That's where I'm going.
I looked at it when you put it through in a chat, and then what triggered me is how would you be when you're sitting there thinking about naming a racehorse? Who comes up with the name Ant? You know what I mean? Let's call the horse Ant. And then you know what they might do? They might get their second one. I wonder if they'll call it Green Ant.
Yeah, or
And then
Adam Ant.
or Adam Ant. And what happens if they then lease one? Do you think they'll call it Ten Ant?
Oh, there we go. You've been you've been watching those shorts again, haven't you? Yeah, I know what you've been doing.
Yeah. I don't know where, but yeah,
All
why
the cryptic stuff.
well, let's hope the Ant does it. I'm going back to the well with one that I like, and it's at Rose Hill, race 8, number 10, Little Cointreau. Look, this thing has been placed 5 from 5 on the heavy. It's 4 from 5 wins. Sorry, it's been placed 4 from 5 on the track. Um, it definitely will handle the wet. $14 each way, about $3.50 the place. I think it's due to break its duck. At that price, the track is not going to be a problem. The conditions of the track's not going to be a problem. And I'd like to think that this is a bit of a torpedo. So at about 15 to 1 in a suitable type event where, as we know, it's the last race of Rose Hill. Anything's possible.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
they could be 8 feet under by that stage. Or they could, maybe be water skiing. Who knows? Little coin trove. I think it's a big chance to it.
Well, I had a premonition. I saw that and I thought, I bet you that's going to be Taz's glory day selection. And like you said, it's been knocking on the door. It's been consistent.
Yeah.
It's going to win sooner or later, and hopefully Saturday will be the day.
Well, 5 runs on the heavy with 5 placings. I reckon it's going all right. Having said that, if you're an owner and you're a punter and you own it, it's probably not great because you've probably got prize money, but you've probably got nothing. You're touching cloth, I'd say, in your pockets. But who knows? Little coin trove into cloisters into the ant. What will it pay? Probably $3,529 to one.
It's going to be worth a quid,
Yeah,
isn't
look,
it?
what I tend to do with them, I don't know if you do the same or Marto does, is I like taking just a little tricksy, but I take them all each.
Yes.
So it does cost double and just hope maybe, get 2 placings at least. which will get profit. Get a winner in a place. You're miles in front. Get two winners. We're dreaming. Get three. It's holiday time.
Yes, absolutely.
Not the
Well, you
win.
got what, 23s into mine's about $15. Yours is about $15.
Right, 15
So
times 15 is what, 75? 75 times 23, so 75 times 3 is 350. Yeah, it's almost 400 to 1.
yeah, it's have some of that. It's pretty
Yeah.
good, isn't it?
Well, look, throw a gold coin on, it's enough. Throw a little, a fiver on it, it's too good. It's 2 grand. You would
You
never
don't
own with that.
you don't have to put much on, do you, to get a nice little earner out
No,
of it, when they're that price. So
absolutely not. And I
abs-
think we will get it. Now, did you watch the football tonight by chance?
no, but I just had a look at the final results, and I've had to adjust my. I'm going to be like Donald Trump. I'm going to get me big sign up and adjust the tariffs. In our case, the prices, because I'm bringing the dogs right in. I'm going to have to put them up there in the top four.
Yeah, they're flying. I didn't watch any. I probably watched the last 5 minutes, if that. But I think you're right. I think their form looks pretty good. Based on what the commentators were saying, though, it was a tight game early. North put up a bit of a fight, but then it sort of, Footscray or the Western Bulldogs, they just put their foot down and said, "Thanks for coming," and it was all over. What, close to 50 points?
Oh, it was pretty big, wasn't it? It was a big. They kicked a big score.
Yeah.
They kicked a big score.
Now I know Magic Marto's not here. But did Magic Marto send through something about the Sydney Swans on our little chat?
Oh, yeah, something might have popped in there earlier in the week, midweek.
Did he say something like he thinks that Sydney will win 6 out of their last 7 games and will play finals?
Um,
I think it was something.
what was he drinking the other night?
I don't know, but I tell you what, it wasn't alcohol because alcohol doesn't make you that dumb. So he's not here tonight, but I love it. I mean, you're a Richmond supporter. You're struggling.
Oh,
Your team is anyway. I'm a Carlton supporter. My team's struggling. Marto's a Sydney supporter. His team's not going well. Oh no, I've got some friends that are St Kilda supporters, and they're not going well. The amount of shit tone that I cop from people, where I openly say we're shit, and then I look at the ladder, and their teams are worse than mine. I don't get it. It confuses me. I
as
don't.
they say, Taz,
No.
people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
Like,
That's
these
what they
people are
say. Yeah.
homeless. I reckon these people are homeless. They're not just in glass houses. I don't know where they're going. But enough of the football talk because can't play Collingwood tomorrow, and that could be the boil over of the decade or just another thrashing and another nail in the Voss coffin.
Oof.
It is.
You'd never know. You
Yeah.
never know what could happen.
But we don't have Marto here because Marto does know.
Marto's probably he's got a book formed, probably on the game, on the weekend's games, I'm sure.
And he'll have a same game multi going for sure. He probably have three. And when he gets one of them up, he'll show us that one, but he won't show us the other two tickets. I love steering. Love it. And I know that Marto's mum watches the show, so I'm not sure what your name is, Marto's mum, but it's okay. We just keep Marto in line. All right. So we really don't know how much he bets or how much he doesn't bet, but we do love to bet that we think we know how much he bets.
Exactly.
So, good on him. I hope he's having a good shift as well at work because yeah,
Coining it in tonight,
yeah,
today. Coining it in.
why wouldn't he now? We've got some main bets going, and I know I'm going to start with Mano again, who stuck to Rose Hill. He loves it there. And where's his bet? His main bet, believe it or not, is at Rose Hill, the meat and two veg. is it race 8, number 2, LU. It's $9.50 each way. And Marto reckons
They
total
do.
fast run. He just didn't appreciate the firm track. He has lightning gate speed and so should negate the wide barrier and be forward from the start. Loves the wet track and the 1200 is his best trip. Drops back in grade and drops into a very winnable race at a very attractive price. This horse started its campaign actually in Melbourne, and I do remember it. And first up, I think its first started around second, and then it went on and won a few. I think Marto may have found one. Um, don't know. I think he may have found one. Do you think he may have found one too, or do you think
He may have, like especially up there, and sort of he does tends to do all right up there in New South Wales, doesn't
he says it's
he?
his name?
Rosehill, Randwick, and the city tracks.
It's $9.50, so that's a good Marto price. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not the $1.80 or $2 that he does find and puts up. And when they win, he says, "Yep, they're shoo-ins," and when they don't, oh, he's not happy about them, and neither are his followers. Neither are his followers.
Abs-
Where are you going, Tone? Because
well,
what you want.
yes, I'm staying up at Rosehill as well. Like you were saying, the tracks. I don't bet in up there in Queensland. South Australia, it's wet. Melbourne, it's wet. It's wet everywhere. So yes, I've got a Rosehill race 7, number 9, Naval Commission.
The running double, but
There
Tone
we go. There we go. That's it. Running double. $15. It's about around about between 10 and $15. Depends where you bet. I think about
and
330, 340 the place.
nice.
Brave Knock, the jockey of the centuries on it. He's going to win that apprentices. Or it's him and Angela Jones, isn't it? Having a crack at the apprentices premiership, aren't they?
Angela's up in Queensland, I think, isn't she?
Oh,
Oh,
have I got it wrong? Have I?
it doesn't really matter. I mean, Brace has been getting plenty of rides because of all the jockeys going here, there, and everywhere. He's definitely getting a ride. I mean, he's been in the bush for a while, but look, if Marto was here, he'd tell us how well he's going. For me personally, I don't worry about the monkey on the back because if the horse is ready to go, I think even you or me could get on and steer it home.
Possibly, yeah. So he's getting a 2.5 kilo claim. He'll be carrying about 55 kilos on a bulk track. It's from the Mar stable that's on fire.
It's
It's
not.
been very consistent and it loves the mud. So I think it's ready to peak, and hopefully it will peak on Saturday and get me a winner for the first time since Jesus played backstop for Jerusalem.
Well, there's talk Jesus is coming back soon. I'll come back to that in a minute. I'm going to the Sunshine Coast, and
Oh, you like to go up north, don't you? You like it up there. You get your shorts on, and your t-shirts and sunnies and a hat, slip, slop, slap. Away you go.
I actually I, I was bloody an idiot on Wednesday because I had my best bet ended up winning my personal best bet, which I tipped to a few mates. But like a dickhead that I was, on the PALTI page, I tipped out value, and you can't eat value. But anyway, and I had a few. They were up north. But in any case, I'm going to Sunshine Coast Race 5, number 1, steady ready. It's $3.60. I wouldn't be surprised if it starts at about $3, to be honest. But this thing was going for 4 in a row until it pulled up lame last start. So you could pretty much put a line through that start. It is, I've got it here. Cody Ellis, I've written it down. Cody Ellis is 3 wins from 4 rides. He's won 2 from 4 on a heavy. He gets a heavy. He meets Vodka Martini in this race, better for the weights. That's why he's probably favourite. I think that this race is set up for the likely leaders, and I think they will probably jump, position up, lead, kick, and put a space in them. Now, you're probably asking what
Oh,
horse? The other horse is a horse called Chakra Boy, and it's number 10. It jumps from barrier 7, we jump from barrier 10. I think we just go out like that together and we just go forward. All said and done, there's a horse there that I think you've backed before, Mullane. Um,
Ah,
it will get back. It will want the speed on, but hopefully the rain affected going at the Sunshine Coast will mean that it's a track bias. The track bias is only for leaders. The 1,000 metres is not going to suit Mullane, and I think it's a return to the winner stall for ready, steady, ready, and I'm ready for steady, ready.
you're
$3.60. Take it.
ready to get steady with ready.
I
Uh,
am indeed. I think it's 360. Someone else said because I tipped this guy a horse on Tuesday night, my own. I tipped it to him, and I said, look, it's pretty short. And he goes, what, $3.10 short? He goes, you can build houses with that sort of price. And I thought to myself, Jesus, man, not with the $10 or $20 that I'm putting on. Thinking, crikey. Anyway, I tipped it to him and it won. It started $2.80. I haven't seen him since. So when I see him on Saturday, I'm going to ask him, I'm going to say, did you build a house at least? Because I don't know how much he wants, you know what I mean? So sometimes
Absolutely.
careful.
Actually, I was just thinking the Braith knock thing. No, I'm wrong. Yeah, Queensland. It's Emily Lang and Angela
Um,
Jones. I
yes.
remember watching it on the footy on the live racing last weekend. They're battling it out, aren't they, for the
Yeah.
premiership?
And they
The
both ride
two.
with Tony Gollan too.
Yes,
They
yes,
both
yeah. Sorry,
do.
so I got that wrong. Yeah, but Braith knock. He's been on fire, hasn't
No,
he?
he's very well in New South Wales. And
Yeah. So
if Mars put him on, then that's a positive as well. So,
we've
so you
got to
can't.
be a chance, haven't we? We've got to be a chance.
Absolutely. Now, Tone, this one goes out to one of the Palmy Army. I've got a
Oh,
bit of a good luck to our probably one of our earlier um, members, Bryn. Now,
oh, Uncle Bryn.
Uncle Bryn has got a message.
Uncle Bryn.
Yes, he has, and Uncle Bryn, I know because I followed it. And he tipped us a horse probably I don't know, maybe say a month or say 6 weeks ago, and it was called Durban Harbour. And Durban Harbour that day ran fourth, and I went in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that. He put it up in the chat, didn't he?
Yeah, he
In the
did, and I
chat
said to
on your
him,
thread.
I said it wasn't a bad run. I'd probably be black booking it. Well, it did run, and it won. Now it's going now for two in a row. I quietly sent Bryn a message, and I said to him, "Well done, mate. I hope you got some of that." Maybe words to that effect, anyway. And he was pretty happy about it, so good on him. And they were all cheering at home. It goes round at is it the Gold Coast? I think it is there, and it's going for two in a row. So Durban Harbour, Bryn, if you're watching the show, good luck. Um, if you were thinking you were going to get $3, I can assure you now you're going to get $2.20.
Because
Uh,
you lumped on, didn't you? You lumped on.
me?
Huh?
Uh,
Hey? Lumped on. That's buggered the price.
no, I think it's a chance. Now, the other bit of information that Marto shared with us is his horse Charismatic, the one that's one of those my racehorse share horses where I don't know, quite a few people are involved. Marto reckons it wins this week at Wangaratta. What do you
Oh, there we go.
reckon it
What are
wins
we
it?
going to get? $1.10?
I was going to say probably $1.04.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah. By the
Back
time
at
Marto gets his money on, we're not going to get it any better than that, are we?
back at the place. It's a certainty place. I don't know how do they like when they pay $1.04, how do they pay you? Do they give you a dollar
They
five?
can't. They'd have to, wouldn't they?
Then what's
Because
the
they
point?
can't give you 4 cents. Yeah.
What's the point of putting a
It's
dollar?
rounded up there.
I don't get it. But yeah, charismatic. I mean, Marta reckons it. He says, oh, a bit of a yawn there. Sorry, people. A bit late, he's not. Marto says charismatic wins at Wangaratta race 2, number 3 on Saturday. He just said it wins. I mean, that's pretty much enough. So if you're looking for I don't know, an anchor or something like that, a bank builder. Maybe that's the way to go. If you take $1.30 into a $3, what do you get? I don't know, you get $4 or something, don't you? If you're lucky, $3.60. I don't know. Is it worth it? I don't
Yeah.
know. Ah, no, I hope it wins for the owners, Marto included. But I don't know. It might be $1.30 to be honest, but still.
Yeah, it's pretty short, isn't it? But you could use it as a build of another couple of favourites. Like I'd nearly chuck it in with. You could chuck it in there with Marble Nine. I wouldn't chuck it in with Billy Egan's mount because it'll be. I tell you, what, I reckon it'll get beat. Absolutely, absolutely. He's on it. It won't win.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those ones. It's yeah. I'm holding the jury out on Billy Egan too. But Marto, good luck. Bryn, good luck. Don't
And I know it's a bit early,
go.
but probably Cups time's coming around. They're only a few months away. I reckon they might bring warp speed down again. It's about 33 to 1, I think, in markets, if you can have a bit of a look around. The Japanese horse that just got nutted last year, wasn't it? Didn't it?
Yeah, did.
Warp speed. And the other one, what was something else I heard about the other day? One of my friends told me. He, what was it?
We're down to
Warp
less than a
speed.
minute. Get it out quick, Tone. Get it out.
I can't think. Warp speed. Vauban, absolute dog. Never ever will win a Melbourne Cup. Jinxed.
Well, it's here with Go Waterhouse, I think. The show is about to end. Tone, it's been an absolute pleasure. Marto, we've missed you like a headache. People, get in amongst it.
Yep.
Tone, always a pleasure, never a chore. Stay cool
Yes.
and
Thanks, Daz. Yeah, you too.